12 WNBA teams have Sandy Brondello to thank for Caitlin Clark's harsh reality, says reporter. She stepped back on the court like nothing had changed, but everything had. Something about the spacing, the pressure, the rhythm, it was all off. And Caitlin Clark could feel it. Everyone could. Her shots weren't landing, defenders weren't giving her an inch, and the game she once dictated felt suddenly out of her control. Before her groin injury, she was torching defenses from 30 feet and breaking down schemes with ease. Now, every possession looked like a wrestling match. Full denial, elbows, double teams, the grace was gone, and across the league, one question kept popping up. Who rewrote the rules? Turns out, it was Sandy Brondello. In a recent episode of the No Offseason, the Athletic Women's Basketball Show, Zena Cater put it plainly, I feel like those Sandy Brondello rules are really starting to play into the way that people are guarding Caitlin and making sure that she is tied up a little bit. That defensive blueprint, originally crafted by Brondello and her Liberty staff, has now been copied by all 12 WNBA teams. The formula? Physicality, switching, constant pressure. It's not just a game plan anymore. It's the Caitlin Clark rulebook. Clark's numbers have nosedived since. That magical June 15 performance against New York, where she dropped 32 and went 7 of 14 from deep, gone. In her return versus the Valkyries, she managed just 10 points on 4 of 12 shooting. It was not the same kind of return against New York. She was dropping crazy amount of threes, Peter explained. Since then, Clark shot just 3 of 28 from beyond the arc across 4 games, a brutal 10.7%. That's the worst 4-game three-point stretch in WNBA history, minimum 25 attempts. It's not just a slump. It's a full-on league-wide adjustment. Golden State coach Nelly Nakasi revealed how they schemed for Clark. We know she doesn't like physicality, right? We know that she wants to get to that left step back. Teams are now picking her up a half court, sending bodies, denying rhythm, and living with the fouls. They studied the Iowa tape. They know the tendencies, and now they've built entire defenses to erase them. Brondello's impact is undeniable. Her championship-winning approach has become the WNBA's new defensive gospel. Switch-heavy, hyper-physical, and spacing denying. It's no longer just Liberty DNA. It's everywhere. Fever coach Stephanie White admitted her team's system hasn't adjusted yet. I believe the absence of ball movement allowed them to really pressure her. When we circulate the ball, good things happen. But lately, there haven't been many good things. This is the moment where the story shifts. Because Brondello didn't just help the Liberty win a title, she changed the way the entire league handles offensive stars, especially one like Clark. The blueprint's aftershock. Caitlin Clark's harsh reality. Caitlin Clark is facing a league that's evolved faster than expected. What used to work, step backs, logo bombs, transition pull-ups, is now being swallowed by tight switches and body blows. Teams aren't just trying to contain her anymore. They're trying to beat her up before she can even get set. This pressure isn't just physical, it's emotional. With every miss, every bump, the scrutiny grows. For a player who's averaged 17.4 points and 8.6 assists this season, this stretch isn't about talent. It's about adapting, and fast. Because this isn't a one-team thing. It's a league-wide wave. Clark's challenge now isn't just shooting her way out of a slump. It's finding new ways to create, survive, and thrive in a W that's using her as the ultimate test case for how far defensive systems can go. The rules have changed. Thanks to Sandy Brondello, the Caitlin Clark era just got a whole lot tougher. Caitlin Clark entered the WNBA like a comet, trailing records, expectations, and the weight of a sport shifting under her feet. The No. 1 overall pick by the Indiana Fever, fresh off a history-making college career, she arrived with more buzz than any rookie in league history. Yet, just weeks into her debut season, the narrative shifted from awe to alarm. Clark was struggling badly. Enter Sandy Brondello, the seasoned coach of the New York Liberty, and some say the quiet architect of a league-wide awakening. One reporter recently put it bluntly, 12 WNBA teams have Sandy Brondello to thank for Caitlin Clark's harsh reality. It's a bold statement, but beneath the headline is a story of tactics, toughness, and the transformation of hype into hard truth. The blueprint. A veteran coach versus by the regiment. Right after that, we go on 70 minutes of things that have helped make us fans and coaches more aware of how hyped they are. A rookie star, Sandy Brondello, knows basketball. A former WNBA player herself and one of the league's most respected coaches, Brondello has led teams deep into the playoffs and shaped some of the game's brightest talents. But her real gift lies in defensive scheming, anticipating, dissecting, neutralizing. So when Clark and the Fever faced the Liberty early in the season, Brondello didn't just prepare her players, she prepared the league. Her game plan was clear. Pressure Clark full court, deny her space to shoot, bait her into tough drives, and exploit her lack of pro-leveled experience. The Liberties swarmed her, bumped her off cuts, turned passing lanes into traps, and made every dribble a chess match. Clark finished that game with more turnovers than baskets, visibly frustrated, her confidence rattled. And as film of that game circulated through locker rooms and coaching offices, Brondello's blueprint became the league's unofficial playbook. Welcome to the Wadi. The phrase has become shorthand now. Welcome to the Wadi. It's what veterans say when rookies learn that this league is in college. It's faster, stronger, smarter. The defenders are longer, the scheme's tighter, and the mistakes punished mercilessly. Caitlin Clark's learning curve has become the season's biggest subplot. And Sandy Brondello, she's not the villain of the story. She's the mentor from afar. By showing how to expose Clark's weaknesses, she reminded everyone that greatness at one level doesn't guarantee dominance at the next. And maybe that's exactly what the WNBA needed, the ripple effect. League-wide defense levels up after Brondello's Liberty laid the foundation, other teams followed suit. The Aces doubled Clark on high screens. The Sun iced her offhand, forcing bad angles. The Wings went physical, daring refs to blow the whistle. What began as one game plan turned into a league-wide initiative, not to humiliate Clark, but to test her. If she was going to be the face of the league, she'd have to earn it on the floor. And the defenders of the WNBA weren't about to play background roles in someone else's highlight reel. The result? A transformation, not just for Clark, but for the league. Defensive intensity soared, crowds grew louder, ratings climbed, and the product on the floor was undeniably better.